Hello and welcome to another episode of Stacked. Today I want to go back a few days where I reviewed the Godcity Instruments Brutalist Junior, and I was actually surprised by the tone of this pedal, and I thought, well, can a chainsaw? So that's what we're trying out today. And I've chosen two different settings that will get clear when I go through the single chain. That starts with my guitar, Black Cat Custom. And then we go into three different pedals. First of all, of course, the Brutalist Junior, but then I added in front of the Brutalist Junior a chainsaw pedal. For this instance, I wanted the JD Music Labs SDM, simply because I wanted to play with it. It's a close clone of the HM2 and I've already dialed it to my liking. Everything on max, gain to 9 o'clock. And after the Brutalist Junior, I've added another HM2 style pedal, but now only the EQ section, the Lone Wolf Audio 8-ball EQ. So I basically want to explore two tones. First of all, the Brutalist Junior acts as a preamp and an HM2 in front. And second, the Brutalist Junior acts as the gain stage of the HM2 into a driven amp. Anyways, from those three pedals we go directly into my Fractal Audio XFX, and I've enabled just two blocks, an amp block and a cab block. As for the amp block, I chose the Solo 100 rhythm, which should be based on a Soldano SLO 100 rhythm channel. And the cab I chose is my go-to cab, the Jens Bogren Greasy Beard IR. As far as the amp goes, I've dialed back the drive, the bass a bit, the mid tiny bit, I've adjusted the treble and gave it a bit more master volume. So here is the sound of the amp without any pedal engaged. So crunchy tone, not too much gain, but that's all we need. So first things first, I'll activate the Brutalist Junior and dial in a nice chunky rhythm sound. Yeah, that's good. So let's activate the SDM first and see how this sounds when we use the Brutalist Junior as a preamp. So first it was pumping, it was got too much gain from the SDM. So I had to dial the level way back, and way back, we're talking from full to 9 o'clock. And now the sound is a cool chainsaw sound. I think it lacks a bit of bass, but everything is maxed here. Maybe I'll play around with the Brutalist Junior now, and then we move on. So I highly prefer the toggle switch in the front position. It's just more gain. And as far as the loud control goes, I can't say which setting I prefer. I think it sounds really cool when I dial it back, so it's counterclockwise, or when I fully crank it. Both have their have their own flavor, and maybe this would work for the left guitar fully counterclockwise and for the right guitar fully clockwise. But all in all, it's just a matter of taste, and I can't really say what's best. So, can the Brutalist Junior chainsaw? Well, as a preamp, yes, if you're careful with the volume of your chainsaw pedal. So, next, can the Brutalist Junior chainsaw as a drive instance? And therefore, we have to activate the 8-ball EQ and play around with it. I think there is everything on noon. Yeah, basically. Okay, so activate the 8-ball and let's go. So this is rather odd, because it well, it does chainsaw, but only in a very, very particular setting. So the toggle switch have to be in the lower position. The loud control has to be kind of on the left side of things. You can't add too much distortion. And the 8-ball EQ has to have a special setting as well. We have to crank the high mids. Okay, that's no surprise actually. And we can't crank the lows as much as I would have liked, because then the chainsaw disappears. And that's, by the way, not an 8-ball EQ thing, because with other pedals it works better. And well, the low mids you have to be careful as well, but this is a 8-ball EQ thing, or rather an EQ curve thing, because the low mids aren't actually needed for the chainsaw tone. They are actually hurting a good chainsaw tone. So with this sound that I've got, it's a chainsaw. It's not the best out there. So therefore I would say that the Brutalist Junior can't chainsaw when it's the gain stage of a chainsaw pedal. Maybe your results may vary with other EQs, or maybe with other amps, with other settings, but those are my results. So, have you used the Brutalist Junior in a chainsaw context? Let me know down below in the comment section. And if you have any other suggestions, let me know as well. Well, I think I'll do some more riffing, but with a good setting. And if you want to support this channel, check out the links in the description. And with that said, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and check out my Instagram account. May the force be with you and have a nice day.